Now instead of just stopping here and having you print off your top and turn in the project, I want to offer you one other thing. So if you feel like you're ahead enough in the class, I was going to let you 3D print this. But as well as just 3D printing it, let's also put our names on it. So let's see here. Right here on this edge, we're going to wrap our names going around the top. To do that, we're going to click Plane. We're going to click on this surface, and it highlights the whole surface. So if we go to the Origin folder, we can reference it with another plane. So I'm going to pick the one that goes through the middle of it, up and down. If I zoom out, you can see it. So mine, it's the XY plane. Yours might be a different one. And it's going to make that tangent to the top. Right click on it and say New Sketch. And right here, we're going to go ahead and click on Text. Get it close to the edge and type in your name. Now, if yours turns out upside down like mine, you should know how to rotate by now from the Heart Project. Click on your text, say Center Point, click somewhere for a center point, doesn't actually matter. Get it rotated around to the right place, and then you can just kind of click and drag it back to be on the top. We also shouldn't need to align this, but we can if we want to. So I believe this ought to do it for us. So let's grab the vertical alignment tool. I clicked on the midpoint of this where the origin is, and then I clicked on the midpoint of our text box, and it made that perfectly aligned. The other thing I could do, I'm going to project geometry of the edge of this. Let's do a horizontal alignment with the midpoint of this and the midpoint of this box to make sure that this is centered up on this flat part here as well. And I made my text 3.5 millimeters. See what works well for you. I might even go back and make this bold. And if you want to play around with the kind of font and things that we have, you can try that as well. Bold kind of worked, but I think I need a bigger box. So if I stretch it a little bit, that should work. So I'm going to finish my sketch, and notice that it's still on the plane, it's not on the surface. We're going to go to Emboss. We want to wrap to face. This is the face, and the profile is going to be the text, and we're going to have it cut in. So we could have a bump out or cut in. With the 3D printer, it's better, it comes out nicer if it's cut into it than it does when you're extruding out from it. And depth, let's see what 1 millimeter looks like. We can always play with that later. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Now we have to save this. So we're going to go File. We want to go Save As, Save a Copy As, and this needs to be an STL. Okay, whenever you save as an STL, whenever you're saving a 3D print, no matter what you made the part in, you still have to go into Options. And I believe we made this whole thing in millimeters. So let's switch this to millimeters. Click OK. And then change where you're saving it to. This needs to be on the shared drive, BCHS, Industrial Technology, CAD. And I made a new folder for you called Tops. Change the name of this to your name so you can find it faster. And say Save. And now we're ready to go to the 3D printer, and we'll finish the rest of the video there.